afternoon. Is that better? Oh, okay. So I came into the network space. I didn't come for the network. I only came for crypto. I came for quick money. I wanted to make money. I'm employed, so I needed to make money. When you're employed, you don't have money. So I needed something that will go on up until the month ends. Because the money that I was earning, it was just for 3 days. Get paid, then it's gone. So then for me, I ended up then doing the network because I had to learn, I had to stick with the people that actually do the business. Initially, it was not about the business. It was just about putting money there. And then I started learning. So the change came when I decided to spend more time at the office in PE, Newton Park. I spent more time with the leaders. I listened to the things that they did. I listened to their plans. I used to eavesdrop all the time. You know, there's something else that happened. I work 12-hour shifts. So you'll find that the leaders will be sitting at the office maybe half of the day. And then when I come back from work, I would always go to the office before going home. And they don't know right here. When I get there, there'll maybe be 5 people sitting, coming for a presentation at 1800. When I get to the office, I'm always coming to the office branded. And they'd be like, you're gonna present? And I'm thinking, but I was at work, everyone was sitting here the whole time. Why me? And I look at these people, this weekend we just learned about a lot about abundance. Right? So I was like, why me? I don't even have a prospect here. I did not invite anyone. The whole day I was at work, but now I'm being told that I'm doing the presentation. I did those presentations every day without any complaint. And today I have an understanding of the business. And yes.
So how long did it take you to sign up the first person?
Okay, I got into the business since 2017, sometime in June. I only signed the first person in 2018. So I was just a poser the whole time. But the good thing is I was just there the whole time. I was in the zone the whole time. That's what I did best when I look back now.
And what rank have you achieved? I mean, you signed up a person, so it's like more than 6 months without signing a person. So you're saying, get into the business, spend more than 6 months, am I correct?
Yes.
Without signing a single person.
Without signing a single person.
And what rank are you right now?
Right now I'm a city manager.
And what are some of the highlights? I remember you were talking and you said, hey, leadership, this thing of having $1 million, I never thought it would. Just tell me, how did it feel making your first $1 million?
Okay, I remember when Leadership Lonwabo and Leadership Muzi, I don't think you were there that day. They came to the office and then went for viewing a property. So I rode with Leadership Lonwabo in his car. And then he asked me, how does it feel like that you've made your first $1 million? This is not net worth, it's the actual $1 million right there. So I was like, hey, leadership, I thought I was gonna go crazy and like go out there to get the band, you know, all that crazy, $1 million demand, you know. I thought that's what was gonna happen. But little did I know that all that time that I was spending with them, the whole thing was rubbing off. I was being prepared for the success, you know. So when it actually happened, it was something that was already within me. I was a millionaire before it was even reflecting.
You first be it, then you do it, then when you have it. When you have it, you're not surprised. You're not surprised. That's what I said. I think I said this to leadership. Which I said, leadership, to be honest, if you had to make $1 million today and you'd be excited and shocked today, then you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
If you're excited, just imagine for someone, now that's for the people who have never made $1 million. Just imagine for one moment you making $1 million. If you would be shocked, are you? Because you're not prepared for it, right? Yeah. This is why somebody could ask you, how do you feel when you make, like, it should, this is how it feels. In my mind, I'm already there. I'm it. Rato, I'm scared. Just a bit. Relax. So Rato, just, share with the group, today. Obviously, where you're from, but most importantly, one of the most difficult experiences you have had in this business, and how long did that last for?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Larato Mamabulo. I'm from here, Johannesburg. I came into this space in 2018 from Makelwani. I happened to enter the business when it was just about to leadership nomination area. So, and one day, scrolling through the Facebook, I saw Leadership Lord Mabo's post talking about this zone. I've been always following him, but never requested like a friend request, but I was just watching him from a distance. Everything that he was doing, I'll follow it, follow. Though I was not in his team on the previous company. So I followed him, and then I saw that everybody's going on about the zone. So I asked myself, what is this zone that they're talking about? Because the leaders that I was under on the previous company, they were not mentioning anything about the zone. So I want to find out what is this zone. So I did send him a text, and then he explained to me what is this zone about. And I'm like, okay, I don't have cash, but I'm gonna go in. I don't know how, but I'm gonna go in. So I joined this company, it was July, end of July, and then July, August, September, October, November, December, I think that's when we had another dinner in Val. Through those months, I never even signed up one person. I was just a loner. I was just a loner, but determined to reach that goal. Like I had that vision that one day I'm gonna be there. This is where I wanna go. So all these months I've been a loner. I even went to Val one day. I didn't care who said what, who. I just packed my stuff and I went to attend the gala dinner. So that was like my wake up moment. I was like, this is the environment that I want to be in. This is where I want to be in. So after the gala dinner, then that's when I had my first sign up. And
wow.
Yeah.
How old you Right? How many people know for sure that after this event, you're going to sign up a lot of people? And it's different. So do you count an event as an expense or as an investment? Thank you.
Yes, it was truly an investment because fast forward to today, I've got my members here with me. We've grown ever since that I've grown personally. All these courses that we do in 5 a.m. I am always there. This environment has just changed me completely.
How much money are you going to make in the next 90 days?
I'm making 2 million.
Wow, ne?
Yes.
So, but what becomes very important, people, that we understand, and there's a tendency, I mean, there are a lot of people who could have been here, who should have been here, but are not. It's like a statement that I heard somewhere that said, to never count the cost of a shovel when you are digging for gold. You know, many people, 10,000, yo, I got you, yo, why is it, Hey guys, if you had to pay 20,000 for this course, would you pay 20,000?
Yes.
Right? Would you pay double for the gala dinner, our last gala dinner?
Yes.
Right? So, never count the cost of a shovel when you are digging for gold. Right. So next up we have Masimbongi. Right. So Masimbongi, I want you to, I want you to share, from the time you entered the business. I'm sure many people know the story of where Manita do it.
Yes.
You know how we grew up, wasn't it? Yes. But all of us, okay, you'll touch a bit on that, how we grew up. But most importantly, you entered the business with so much hope. What kept you going? And I wanted to share how long did it take for you to start to see a bit of stream? And what kept you going throughout that whole time? Yeah. No? Oh, okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, my name is Massimo Ngambaive. Was born and raised in the Eastern Cape, East London, in Tanzania, to be specific. If you know Soweto, if you know is Punzane, that type of environment, that's where I grew up. So, like, where I come from, not supposed to be here, right? You know, where I come from, you know, it's normal for you to not achieve anything in life, you know? And in fact, it's a surprise when you achieve something in life because we expect it to be poor, right? So I know that for most of us come from very, very poor backgrounds, different levels. But as Mr. Follow usually say that there is nothing that you can teach me about poverty. Poverty for me was not an academic subject, something that I experienced in personally. You see? So I jumped into the opportunity. You know, I heard Otamsa when he said he got involved in the opportunity because he was enthusiastic about cryptocurrencies. For me, it was a desperate situation. I just wanted to make money. I did not care what Bitcoin is. I don't care where it comes from. I saw people making money, so I wanted to change my life. Desperate, right? And one of the stories that inspired me to partner into the business. Obviously, is Mr. Fololo's story because you know I've heard about the opportunity a couple of times, but when I heard his story, where he comes from, it is like a similar environment. So I wanted to be close with the people that are coming from similar environments where I come from, and people already made it so that they can help me to get to where I wanted to go. Right, so you asked the question, what kept me going? You know, I jumped into the opportunity July 2019 with my last sense, obviously. Before that, I was selling on the streets, you know. Yeah, so I got involved in the opportunity, and it was not easy for me. You know, at the age of I was 22 at that time. You know, you can imagine a broke 22-year-old, you know, that does not even wear nice clothes, not presentable, approaching adults, telling them we're gonna make money. You know, they be looking money. You know, so people judge based on your appearance, not based on what you have to share with them. So I struggled in the business for a good 8 months, not signing anyone in the opportunity. But what kept me going, after I think 5 or 6 months, I got involved. Never bought the Mercedes Benz, right? Age of 26, ne? I'm 22 at that time, and I'm like, jealous, ne? I'm like, why am I not in that position? Why am I not driving the Mercedes Benz, right? But then I asked myself a question, okay, how long has this guy been in this opportunity in network marketing? This guy started with this thing in 2017, so it was 2019. 2 years later, he bought the Mercedes Benz. I was like, okay, it does not matter what I go through right now. It does not matter that I go to bed without eating, but in 2 years, I know that I'm gonna buy myself a nice car.
Yes.
So you kept me going because I knew that in the next 2 years, you know, I'll be in a similar position as you. So that's what kept me going. So yeah, it has been a nice journey. Even though we had to face some struggles, leadership director mentioned at the Ghana dinner in Val, I was also there. Is anyone here knows mining earnings? Right? Can you pay expenses with mining earnings? No ways, ne? Okay, I bought a suit for a Ghana dinner to go to Val with mining earnings. I bought myself a B&B here in Sentin for 300 rands with mining earnings. I traveled from East London, took a bus to Sentin with mining earnings.
Yes.
I was lucky from Sentin to Val. I got a lift from Mr. Neo from Solonova to go there, right? But the whole trip was on mining earnings. I lived on mining earnings throughout the whole, because I was not signing anymore, right? My rent was 1,500. I could not pay a rent of 1,500. Right, but as I shared the story of Mr. Checker, I kept going because of him, and right now I'm in a different position.
Mommy orders. How difficult do you think that is? Like, now this is, I'm testifying about him. So I used to have this thing in the office that no one can invite more people than me. Like that was just, hey guys, no one's gonna invite more people. We had a Zoom meeting, I said, guys, look guys, I don't know, but no one's gonna out-invite me. That's what I was having with the team. So one of the first people to take me on was Mas. But I was thinking, like, how do you continue? And he was doing quite well, inviting 20, 30 to a Zoom meeting. You know, he was always lagging. It was him, Sia. Sometimes he would invite me. I was thinking about this. How do you move with such intensity yesterday, and then the following day wake up in the same situation, and you still have to move forward with yesterday's intensity? How? How did he move at full speed the following day, yet knowing that the same business that is promising millions, he can't even afford a meal for tonight? Right? And today, he's here. I mean, you know that he comes from a shack. He no longer lives in a shack. He moved to an apartment. Now I heard that he has moved to Joburg. Another thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. He has a work ethic. Number one. Number two, but I was also one thing I think Mr. Lonabo and Z will tell you. Masi, we are pop. What I mean by pop, my pop is not always a bad thing, but it's always there. You know what I mean? He's always present. He's constantly in jail. Okay, where you are, I'm there. And the deal is, if you stand around fire long enough, you will end up burning.
Yeah.
It's people just like when you are about to burn, people have burned out. Leave. You know? So, are we learning?
Yes.
Right? Are we learning?
Yes.
Okay. Then let me move over to Sister Dibo now. Look, who's led by Mrs. Dibonda? Okay. I've seen very few people who have love for people the way she's so selfless.
Yeah, sure.
I think she's probably one of the selfless leaders I know. Constantly showing up. She's always there. And can you just share, where does the love for people come from? What has pushed you? And also, maybe it comes from a difficult time you've had in network marketing. And if you can you share that too?
Barry said we must answer a question by asking a question. So I'm going to ask leadership, why asking me such difficult questions? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, leadership, I think honestly, first of all, I'm leaving my name. My name is Gift. And I think it was not by default when I was given that name. So it comes naturally. But also, it's honestly about bearing in mind that I am because of people that I lead. Without them, I cannot achieve things that I want to achieve. So I always make sure that whatever it is that we learn, I put into practice. I always refer back to Lunabo, for instance, my leader, Lunabo. I've seen how selfless he is in a different way, but at the same time, I draw inspiration from his own discipline, you know. And I force myself, I said this the other time, I force myself onto people who are getting the results that I want. And also, I look for people who are better than me, which is why I'm getting the results I'm getting, because I want to believe that people that I'm attracting in my team are people who have certain skill sets that I do not have. And I embrace those. I don't bring them down. In fact, I actually embrace it. I mean, I have phenomenal leaders here in the group. Charlotte, congratulations. Just hit your second builder rank. She must tell you something. You know, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
How old are you? I only 61. What?
61 last week.
Last week Tuesday, the 2nd of February.
And you are a double builder.
Yeah, so it's really just about finding the right people, and most importantly, embracing their strengths. I mean, the majority of people I work with really have the traits that I don't have, but we work together in the sense that we embrace each other. But also they look up to me, so I don't want to fail them. You know, the reason why I'm producing results is because I know that they have so much faith in me. They keep me going. You know, that's why I actually put serving people first, because I know that if I can just be a servant leader and be there, it's going to be easy for people to deliver, because they know I'm always there. One of my team members became a developer before me. I could have easily become a developer before him. But there were team members who were there who needed support. And I put my own desires or needs before.
Come on now.
At the back. I mean, if I had not given her the support that I gave her, she would not have become a builder. But guess what? That has brought me even closer to becoming a manager.
Yes.
So I did not look at the short-term results that I wanted, which was to become a developer. I was already hitting 2 birds with one stone. The challenge comes when you want to be first. It's not about being first, it's about getting there and also mapping the way on what next. You know. So yeah, I really attribute the success we've got in the last 6 months. It's only been 6 months, 7 months in Mining City, to the leadership. And I think leadership renewable for taking time. Also, relationships are very important. Relationships, and also just becoming a student, no matter how much you think you know. Becoming a student and just forgetting everything that you think you know. And when you are down and out, acknowledge that you are down and out, you need help. Lunabo came into my life where I really was like this close to just forgetting about network marketing, going back to my senior role in corporate. But he said something that was very profound to me. And he said, you know, leadership, I think this if you can just give this a chance, this is redemption for you. And if I look back where I was 6 months ago to where I am now, it's redemption. Wow. So it's really liberating to work with people who are so selfless. Be observant, be present. That's what we're learning here. And most importantly, when you get faced with challenges, you keep pushing. Remember the heat? You keep pushing, and also that burning desire should push you. I think that's really what everything is. It gets tough sometimes. You don't see the results you want, but remember there are people who are watching. And also my kids. I have a daughter who believes in everything I do. So if I give up, then I'm failing her. You know, so basically it's about your biggest why and also the team that you lead. You cannot fail people, because if you give up, you are actually destroying so many other people.
Guys, let's give them one more time. I'll have a